Ngayon po ata ay Halloween. Pero wala akong pera, so no candy for the kids. Cue the OBB na lang. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Listed. This is not really your Halloween special, but hey, it's Halloween anyway, so we're gonna celebrate. Today I have a fresh new batch of... I think my spit is coming out of my mouth so much. I think it's the coffee. We got a fresh new batch of talent, Filipino EDM makers to dubstep and rap and all other cool things. Stay tuned also because it's Halloween as well. I'm gonna be reading out some research I did on 5, maybe 6 scary monsters from the Philippines. But before we get on with our show, I want to say thank you to our sponsors.
Need something? Don't buy, get it free instead. Welcome to Giver. Everything is free, just pay delivery. Have useful stuff gathering dust in your closet? Don't trash it, give it away. Just good old giving and taking, made easy for you. That's good for the heart, and good for the planet. Giver, your friendly marketplace for sharing. Give and take for a better world.
Taas no Filipino! Welcome everybody to our latest episode of Listed, our not so special Halloween special. Hello to our little monsters and our not so little monsters today in the audience. Ako si Paolo, I am your millennial host for Listed, and I have brought to you today a fresh new batch of talent and 2 local artists, really sick local artists that made some really awesome bangers that you're gonna be listening to. But before I get on with the show, I just want to say thank you to our sponsors. We have Giver, your friendly marketplace for sharing. Now, think of Giver as a sharing platform. Like you're gonna borrow something from your friend, or rather, you're gonna give something for your friend to borrow. Except we do it online, and we do it locally here in the UAE. I'll be uploading some pretty cool stuff. So all you need to do is just go on the website, register, make an account. And you can just choose from a selection, whether it is some really nice avant-garde fashion dresses or some really cool second-hand clothes and lots more. Just go on to Giver, your friendly marketplace for sharing. Keep an eye on the website. I'll be uploading some pretty cool Nike shoes soon.
What's the website?
www.giver.net. Is that right?
Yes.
Awesome. And now I will be moving on to our next sponsor, which is Brusco Barbers. Now, Brusco Barbers, everybody has that one Pinoy barber that you go to. Well, at Brusco, you have more than just one. And not always Pinoys as well. A lot of barbers there at Brusco have been taught in the Filipino way of grooming to create and provide really, really high quality grooming and men's styling. Also, we have a competition. My nose is itchy, my God. I think it's it's the weather, no? Sorry, everybody. Yeah, I got a pretty cool competition. I got 250 dirhams up for grabs. We gotta caption this competition for Brusco Barbers. They'll be giving away an exclusive voucher for you to get groomed. Whether it's beard maintenance, a trim, a nice haircut, or more, Brusco is definitely your place to be. Just fill in this caption. Take me to Brusco Barbers because I leave the rest to you, everybody. I want to say hi to our people in the audience first, because after all, what would we be without our fans, diba? So let me just log on to Illustrado's Facebook page kasi I did not open it. Okay. I want to say hi to everybody from Winnipeg, especially. We have some fans all the way from Canada. Hello, Mama Nor. Kamusta na? I miss your cooking, although I never had it. But your children tell me a lot about it, huh? I want to say hello to everybody else who is tuning in. Everybody, you are in for some awesome stuff. But before I start off with our first song, I want to thank a very special restaurant for accommodating us on our latest adventure, Kebab Bistro, the go-to authentic Parsi cuisine place in Dubai. The only place that serves authentic Parsi cuisine in all of Dubai, everybody. We'll be getting to that actually afterwards because I have a special video treat for you. But for now, I want to say hello to a special friend of mine, Joe Exit, all the way from the Philippines, also known as Shapes, one of the coolest EDM producers I've ever heard and a rising star in the Philippines, collabing with international artists. I actually met him through my tito. Check this out. This is Shapes, Icarus, I Am.
Of turning away from it, of solving the problem of suffering by turning one's back on it and escaping it. Rather, its whole attitude is that the solution to the problem of human pain, whether it be physical or whether it be moral, is to go right into it.
Let me ask you this, what do you know of Icarus? What do you know about hoping for a miracle of deliverance? And die of hubris, or was it ignorance? Is it not any different from anyone trying to run away from any form of suffering? I'm talking modern day labyrinth, amazing 9 to 5, sweat, blood and tears, no time to be alive, want a time to be alive. And when you die, you get judged, and it's the same when you try. And it's a shame that you just lie in bed, thinking how it could have been when you could be working for what you want instead. And you know there's no one else there, just the person looking back in the mirror and wishing he could disappear. Down too many bottles, pop too many pills. Now we're at the bottom and nothing will change until we take our wings and fly into the sun. Let's run into the fears that we've been running from.
Gotta listen, you gotta read between the lines.
Yeah, will I ever be who I wanna be with all these demons bugging me? Negativity sucking my energy, crab mentality justified so easily. You say you're wishing me the best, to pull me down and try to drown me instead. You my brother, for God's sake, you wishing I fail. It's like able beings told to death until he's unable to function in this society. It just demands a lot from we the people who live in lies, pretending and faking cause we were raised to do so. It's not what we love, but what pleases the people. Breaking our hearts, thinking, dreaming, wanting the things that we love. Now realizing that the choice was always ours, but still we blame it on the bottles, blame it on the pills. We're still at the bottom and nothing will change until we run into the fears that we've been running from. Let's take our wings and crash into the sun.
That was my man Joe Exit, also known as Shapes, everybody. He was actually based in the UAE before, and he used to be a part of the hobby scene here. You know, playing Magic the Gathering, board games, and all that. As a matter of fact, my tito was the one who introduced me to that scene, right? Because Filipinos, we love playing games, you know, we love, especially Magic the Gathering. That is one of the biggest games we ever played. So, you know, that's how I met Joe and all these other people. Now he's based back in the Philippines, actually, and he's collaborating with many local and international underground artists in order to produce some sick beats, everybody. Thank you once again for joining our show. Ako si Paolo, everybody. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, everybody. Saludo ako sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Listed Episode 5. Wow, halfway to 10 already, just like that, everybody. Pretty sick. I want to say hello to the people in the audience. Hey, Joe! Kumusta na? How you doing, man? Thank you for tuning into our show. Hello to Jigen Evangelista also and Tata Frain, everybody. Welcome to the show. Now, just as we're kicking off our show, everybody, I want to say, I think I've said all that I have to say, right? Yes, pala! I did some research. Yes, you know, I do not celebrate Halloween too fondly. However, what I do like to do on Halloween is sit around the campfire or perhaps a lechon skewer, if you will. And I like to talk about scary stories. Actually, I don't even need the lechon or the campfire to do that. I just tell people scary stories anyway because I myself have a wild imagination. So now enough about me. Let us talk about this list. Our first entry into the monster bestiary is the aswang. He is by far the most famous creature in the Philippine mythos. The aswang is our equivalent to Dracula, except much more than just Dracula, with a two-pronged tongue that goes like, disgusting. It's a two-pronged tongue that extends over 6 feet long. It hunts people in the night looking for pregnant women to devour their fetuses, everybody. Perhaps we should prescribe him some placenta instead, no? He devours unborn children and sometimes goes out to suck your blood. There are many different renditions of the aswang in the country, from shape-shifting men to feral beasts and nightmare material. Like vampires, they are repelled by garlic or daylight. Sometimes you never know when you come across an aswang. He might just be the scary guy next to you in the metro. Anyway, moving on to our second song. This was one of my all-time listed favorites by a rapper known as Skarm, who has broken back from the underground into the commercial scene in the Philippines. He has opened up for some of the most favorite artists in the world and has collaborated with brands like Adidas as well. This is Skarm and Curtis Smith, two Philippine-based rappers that have been making waves from the underground up. Represent my brothers, much love, God bless. This is where I've been.
You know, being an artist, we pour our heart and soul into our craft and we share it to the world. And one thing you gotta know is not everyone's gonna agree with your point of view. That's why you gotta be brave with your output, with your craft. I keep to a select number of people, and with that, they give me the ability to just trust in my work. Trust in my work. Trust in my work.
It's all good when it's just beginning. I know myself, you can feel it in my spirit. I'm living life at a different speed. Forget the hype, it's not what you need. It's not what you need. It's all good when it's just beginning. I know myself, you can feel it in my spirit. I'm living life at a different speed. So can I kick it? Hell yes indeed. I proceed, let me enter with my mind at ease as I feed off the energy, present my plead and float so high from those trees that we blaze in the sky. Living life, come and feel my breeze into your program as I invade your hometown. Melodies are rocking legit, I can never slow down. True sound, about to bomb this feeling. The clock in my position, killing wreck this rhythm, you feel it? Halftime, yeah, my team is winning the pack rhymes and serve lunchtime with good trimmings. We keep on delivering with calm vision to walk bridges and worlds. The fire is on, start the mission, come on.
Yo, Skarm, I understand we trying to capture sound and all, but do people even give a
It's not about what they think, man, it's about what we gotta say. Come on, man.
I get you, but lately I've just been hearing way too much
invested, blasting lyrical attractions, factions of innovation among the backward, smoking in the city of greed. I learned that passion is a fraction of the things that I need to persevere in this game called life. In a cold dark world, let me hit that light. See them bold star girls like to sniff that white and shine bright in the evening just to make things alright. It's so appealing, stacking money to the ceiling. I can make a wrong intention but still give a reason, meaning that the wrong still feels right. That's the reason that you see me lose myself at night.
Tell me where I've been, just getting high my lane, smoking all this medicine.
It's all good when it's just beginning. I know myself, you can feel it in my spirit. I'm living life at a different speed. Forget the hype, it's not what you need. It's not what you need. It's all good when it's just beginning. I know myself, you can feel it in my spirit. I'm living life at a different speed.
Someone tell me where I've been, just getting high my lady, smoking all this medicine. I've been so focused lately, hoping, wishing, telling them just to relax my baby, just to relax my baby. I've been through with acting crazy. Someone tell me where I've been, just getting high my lady, smoking on this medicine. I've been so focused lately, hoping, wishing, telling them just to relax my baby, just to relax my baby. I've been through with acting crazy.
Put them hands in the air and wave them like it's just okay. And if you feel the vibe, I guess I gotta tell this crowd just to say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh what, oh yeah. Break it down one time, break it down, yeah.
Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care, sampalin kita. There goes my magic wand for the night, everybody. That was Skarm and Curtis Smith, two of the most talented rappers in the Philippines. Actually, you know, the Philippines is home to the largest battle rapping scene in the world, and it is the first country in all of Asia to be exposed to this hip-hop culture. So to be rapping, making it to the big stage and representing the whole of the Philippines, God bless. Bless up everybody. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, everybody. I want to say hello to Richard Noveno. What's up? We're going to be seeing a bit more of him later. I want to say hello to Lady Ann Bitamore as well, and Agnes Briggs, and everybody, we have a star in the audience. Anybody know Robert Ilagan? If that's how I say it correctly, no? Well, you might know a Filipino blogger called Robatology and his signature move. He is a Filipino blogger based in Japan. Konbanwa, Robatology-san, genki desu. That means, good evening, Robatology. Sir, how are you in Japanese, everybody? Well, just so you know, he is one of the funniest and most talented impromptu bloggers I have ever seen. You know, you'll never stop laughing from him, and you're gonna get a good dose of Japan living from him too. And now our second entry on the list of monsters is the Manananggal. So, Manananggal is actually quite a mouthful, right? Think of it as the female counterpart to the aswang. The Manananggal is a malevolent vampirical creature that roams the night while assuming the appearance of normal women in the daytime. They sever their bodies in halves, with the top half sprouting wings from the kilikili and changing into a demonic appearance, flying up into the night sky looking for young children, babies, sometimes even pregnant women, and virgins to devour. That sounds terrifying. It is said that you can kill a manananggal by finding the bottom half of her body and placing salt over it. A line of salt, think of it, you are doing division, ha? Like that. That is 1 divided by 2. You need to find the 0.5% of the body, or no, the 50% of the body, and then put, how do you say salt in Tagalog? Asin! You have to put the asin on the bottom 50% of the body so that the manananggal can say, I know! And never come back to life by the next day. Kasi the sunlight will make boom boom to her face, ha? That was a terrible impersonation. I might trigger a lot of people with that. Anyway, coming up next, like I said, do you remember Kebab Bistro? The restaurant that I mentioned at the beginning of the listed show? Well, I've paired up with them to create a very special video with them. But before we get to that, I just want to address something, I just want to talk about something that TCKs in Dubai have known. That, many of us TCKs, as a matter of fact, are not too fluent in Tagalog. And that is because, we have grown up in a different culture, surrounded by so many different nationalities, Like me, I'm a TCK, in fact, And we have a lot of mixed blood in our family too, as a matter of fact, most people would go up to me and think that I am anything but a Filipino. I got Italian, Spanish, Pakistani, North Indian, Kuwaiti, Japanese, I wish. A whole bunch of other things. But when I told them I was Filipino, it's like, wow, there are so few of you around the world. You're like a one of a kind. Well, actually, correction, we have so many TCKs out there. Kasi the Filipino diaspora is one of the most adaptable civilizations in the world. Anywhere you go, you're guaranteed to find at least one Filipino in every country, and maybe even just the remote regions of the Caucasus Mountains, somewhere up in, what geographical region is that? Up north! I need to go back to taking geography classes. But anyway, going back to this whole Dubai culture. Now, how does Kebab Bistro fit in? Well, a lot of Dubai's immigrant population is actually Filipino, and another large portion of that is Indian as well. And this is where many of these homegrown joints like Kebab Bistro come in. Kebab Bistro is an authentic Parsi restaurant based in Karama. And now, when you think of Parsi, it's more along the lines of the word Farsi, which is Iranian. And it actually makes sense. Because Parsi food is traditional West Coast Indian food with Iranian roots. I paired up with some of my friends to check out this dope joint, everybody. Check it out. So after a long week of hard work, you just want to relax. Sometimes even sink your teeth into a nice juicy burger, which is why we're here at Kebab Bistro. Guys!
My name is Ufrish Contractor and I am the co-owner of the restaurant Kebab Bistro. We serve authentic Parsi food to the citizens of Dubai.
What's your general idea of Indian food?
First thing they might think is that, Indian food is spicy. Like, that's the first thing they go to. But then for me, it's not just that it's spicy, it's extremely flavorful. And the way they incorporate so many different ingredients into one little thing, but it tastes really, really great. It doesn't taste overdone.
From the Filipino side, it's actually quite a mixed story because the idea of Indian food is quite alien to Filipinos. To the typical Filipino who does not have any idea of what Indian food is, it's usually just spicy chicken, curry, a ton of chili. What really goes on with the Indian food that you're gonna have here are intense levels of flavor. It's not about the spice.
Maybe the spice could scare some people, but what I think they need to do is that they need to look past it, because sometimes they let the spice overpower their senses and then they kind of miss out on the flavors that are in there. So you need to approach the spice and be nice to it and let it be nice to you.
first time Parsi food experience. That was freaking awesome. What do you guys think?
It was amazing, yeah.
Food coma. Alright everybody, this was Illustrado and Kebab Bistro. Catch us for some more food adventures soon. Food coma incoming, signing out. Now it's late and we're all gonna be late for dinner back home, but I didn't do that again, that was terrible.
Yeah, I was like, late for dinner, you just had dinner.
Mom's gonna yell at me, I'm gonna be late home.
I am here with my pumpkin spice latte, the best way to enjoy coffee in the fall, except there's no pumpkin and no spice, it's just a regular latte on ice. Hi everybody, anyway, welcome back to the show. I just want to say hello to Des De Vierte, Marlon Manilao, one of our top fans, and Natasha Tyreen, all the way from DBS. My brother says hello, everybody. You're tuning into Listed, episode 5, our halfway mark to the 10th episode. You know, with your support, we will valiantly push towards our first milestone. And I can't thank everybody here enough for giving us all of the support and encouragement to carry on, everybody. I also want to mention that before I get on to Kebab Bistro, that we still have a Brusco competition going up. Remember, everybody, fill in the blanks. Take me to Brusco because... For example, here's an example answer for you. Take me to Brusco because I'm bald anyway, but I want to feel good. I'm looking for your funniest, your wittiest, your smartest comments, everybody. Join the competition, whether you're here to win it for your boyfriend or you're here in it to win. Or, you know, in the case of Halloween, if you're here to spill blood. Whoosh. No, that was terrible, anybody. No blood shall be spilled over competition. This is all in fair game. Now, moving on to Kebab Bistro. What did you think of that video? You know, I thought personally that Kebab Bistro was really, really cool. And it has some pretty bomb food. Now, the thing with Kebab Bistro and Indian food to Filipinos is that, kaming Pinoy, we are so used to home-cooked food. We love our sinigang. We love our tinolang manok. We love our bistek from time to time as well, But often this is the case that, kind of creates the sort of barrier that stops us from trying something new. And it's only fitting that we, being the most adaptable people on earth right now, try out something new. And that is why I urge you to go to Kebab Bistro. The food is great. The service impeccable. You will get your food right there the moment you ask for it. And overall, just a really, really great experience. The fact that it's in Karama, you think that in Karama, there are just, your typical karakchai joints and so on and so forth. But this makes it awesome because it is a hidden gem. And what better way to serve rare and authentic food than in the heart of Dubai itself? Am I right, everybody? Mga Pinoy, try something new, ha? Let's go on an adventure. And now I am moving on to the third entry in our list of monsters. Now, speaking of being eaten up, right? I'm going to talk about Chanaks. Chanaks are baby demons said to represent the souls of unborn children who have died before baptism or without receiving a name. That is a pretty gruesome fate and a terribly tragic one as well, diba? In other variations of Philippine folklore, they are demons and entities not of this planet, When you're in the forest and you hear a baby crying, you better watch out because a Chanak might just be there. A Chanak could go up to you. You could think it's just a normal baby, but all of a sudden, it's gonna sprout out claws and fangs and it's gonna eat you alive. Sino ba yan? Ay, si Ate Janice pala, bad hair day. Wala nang, walang cream silk sa bathroom kasi. Excuse me for my broken Tagalog, but hey, you gotta work on that cream silk if you wanna get luscious, amazingly volumized hair. I can't even. I'm so done with myself sometimes, I wanted to say thank you to Kebab Bistro for giving us an awesome experience, for helping us try something new, something really bold, and something really awesome. The flavors never end to this day. I can remember what that amazing arancini tastes like perfectly. In fact, I'm hungry even though I just ate a couple of minutes ago. Now, I'll be moving on to our next artist, okay? Anybody heard of Turf Entertainment? Or better yet, have you heard of my man, Paul Picasso Sirate? If you're a rapper or if you are a rap enthusiast of the Philippines, then you should know Paul Sirate. He is one of the biggest award-winning rappers and songwriters from the Philippines. And now with his own label, Turf Entertainment, they are bringing hip-hop to everybody. It's all about the hip-hop. Peace, love, unity, having fun. B-boying, graffiti, DJing, and MCing all together. Check this out. This is Turf Entertainment.
See me switch these young MCs nowadays. Got it easy. So which one are you? Is it one or two? Is it Big Pun, Pop, Betty Wop, or who? Damn, things have changed. Even Prince is gone. I'm still hip hop, rocking till the rims fall off. There ain't nobody like a turban body, 'cause a turban body don't stop. Don't stop. We'll keep rocking till the rims fall off, 'cause we all about the hip hop. Hip hop. Hey, it's all about the hip hop. Oh, it's all about the hip hop. Hey, it's all about the hip-hop. Oh, it's all about the hip-hop.
Once again, it's your boy Yang Laro. Pare pakinggan mo kung paano ko basahin to. Di basta-basta, my crew is puro hustler. Who making money from this music, that's a business. I keep it solid every time I rock the mic. Bits and rhymes, yeah, we always keep it hella tight. Wanna mess with us, baka nahihibang ka lang. Wasak ang pyesa mo sa'kin, walang para lang.
There ain't nobody like a turban body, 'cause a turban body don't stop. Don't stop. We'll keep rocking till the wheels fall off, 'cause we all about the hip-hop. Hip-hop. Hey, it's all about the hip-hop. Oh, it's all about the hip-hop. Hey, it's all about the hip-hop. Oh, it's all about the hip-hop.
Isang makatang Pinay, sa larangan na to'y sumasabay. Pinagtibay na samahan, di ka makakapantay. Sinubukan ng panahon, nung alis sila noong mananatiling solido pa rin mo pa hanggang ngayon. Hindi mo masusukat sa dami ang galing. Nasa paglapat at kung paano mo ito dalhin. Musika ang humubog sa bawat talento. Hindi magsasawa sa hip-hop, ako ay kontento.
There ain't nobody like a turban body, 'cause a turban body don't stop. Don't stop. We'll keep rocking till the wheels fall off, 'cause we all about the hip-hop. Hip-hop. Hey, it's all about the hip-hop. Oh, it's all about the hip-hop. Hey, it's all about the hip-hop.
They call me S-B-O. So why this little be asking why I'm still bragging? You should ask the Benjamins why your boy still sagging. With bomber clap, I'm a pro and cheap stacking. Your girl wanna see me capsize, I ain't talking about sheet racking. It's 10 years I've been copping the rules. The hip-hop means the PLO, I paid my dues. Ain't no doubt I'm the spice raps missing. Me in this game is so real like it's Mary Clark's fishing. You should get paparazzi around. Few shots to get pressed on, you taping them now. Look, y'all can't my click. We got the repertoire rap to make the stupid rappers wanna call quit. Lazy Fool, KC, Young Lotto, J Scrap, SB, and Picasso. Turf Entertainment is back. Too much luggage, we ain't got time to carry you scumbags.
There ain't nobody and party, cause a turf and party don't stop. Don't stop. We'll keep rocking till the wheels fall off, cause we all about the hip hop. Hip hop. Hey, it's all about the hip hop. Oh, it's all about the hip hop. Hey, it's all about the hip hop. Oh, it's all about the hip hop. La-di-da-di, we like to party. No trouble, we don't bother nobody, cause Turf Entertainment is on the mic. And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic right. La-di-da-di, we like to party. No trouble, we don't bother nobody, cause Turf Entertainment is on the mic. And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic right.
Want to say hello to our fans in the audience, Linda Ariones, Leslie Ann Fiestan, all the way from Saudi Arabia, and Ian Chu Guerrero from Dubai. Did you have your Rove Boodle fight yet? I want to know what it's like. Tell me about the experience, huh? So, think about it. We have Japan in the house. We have Saudi Arabia in the house. We have Dubai in the house. And we have the Philippines in the house. 4 countries tuning in on our one show, and that just makes me masaya. Is that how you say it? Masaya? Or suerte? Or happy? Anyway, want to say hello to everybody who is just tuning in, everybody. Don't forget about our Brusco competition. And don't forget to check out Kebab Bistro and try something new. You know. And our next entry on the Monster Bestiary is the one and only Tikbalang. Think of a reverse centaur. And if you don't know what a centaur is, it's a creature with a man's upper body and the horse's lower body, except the Tikbalang is reversed. A man's body with a horse head, tall, bony, and lanky. It is truly terrifying, you know. It is a humanoid creature that has varying depictions across the Philippines. Some people say that they are the guardians of the forest and the mountains, while the other people say that they are there seeking out virgins to breed and create more monstrosities known to many of the Filipinos out there. Some also say that they are the guardians to the parallel worlds. They guard the heavens, they guard the forest realms. And others say that they are shape-shifting demons who seek to bring their mischief and harm to travelers. One thing's for certain, however, do not cross its path, as legends and myths and urban stories have reported many people coming into contact with these monsters and coming back to the village demented, full of craziness and anxiety, and never even being able to speak properly. You know, the Tikbalang are known to track down and abduct young women for breeding purposes. And when it rains on a sunny day, a common Filipino saying presents itself. May kinakasal ng Tikbalang, which means a Tikbalang is getting married. Oh man. You know, if you're just like me and you go to Dubai every Thursday and stay up until the late night, going home at midnight, you might just find a Tikbalang there by Alriga or Union Metro Station, ha? You never know. Tikbalangs are shape-shifting creatures talaga. Ibang klase. You know, you're just gonna go to the street and then you're gonna go down, you know, and then the guy next to the Goto King over there, and you'll be like, Aba! May Tikbalang dito sa Alriga? Just me, yo! Now, I'll be moving on to our next artist, and I particularly have taken a liking to this guy, Gerrard Anthony Menon. Now, Menon is not a common Filipino name. This guy is actually a Sri Lankan Filipino, third culture kid like myself, who is based in the UAE, and he has an amazing rap flow with hard lyrics and mastery of the flow. Check this out. This is Regula by Menon.
The world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
I am not regular, all of you regular. You living like copy and paste, boy, you a replica. I am not regular, all of you regular. All of you stuck in your place, you need a leveler. Yeah, yeah. Moving in silence, the way I've been grinding, been keeping it low key. Devils inside me, they get me excited, for real, you don't know me. Regular, 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 regular.
Life of the lifeless, question what life is and why I live like this. It's funny how you live your life could determine how f***ed up your mind is. Whoa, I don't need nobody though. No, homie, I've been here before. I would adapt to a new habitat. Young to a rap putting different horns. Sweet kid, my shadow right beside me. He remind me of the young me, yeah. Tweaking, white pants for a black heart like it's yin and yang. Beside numb the pain, yeah.
I am not regular, all of you regular. You living like copy and paste, boy, you a replica. I am not regular, all of you regular. All of you stuck in your place, you need a leveler. Yeah, yeah. Moving in silence, the way I've been grinding, been keeping it low key. Devils inside me, they get me excited, for real, you don't know me.
Regular, 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 regular. I am not regular. Yeah. 1 year I've been silent. Thought I fell off on me, I just played possum. See, I had to come back to remind you to never forget the forgotten. Yeah, I know how it feels when you try to fit in, but you stay out of place. So I've been out here with my head down low, you can't see my face, no. Hold up, conversating on my lonesome. All my life I've been pushed aside on my own, so I don't need no one. Tweaking, white pills for a black heart like it's yin and yang. It's how I numb the pain, I don't feel a thing.
I am not regular, all of you regular. You living like copy and paste, boy, you a replica. I am not regular, all of you regular. All of you stuck in your place, you need a leveler. Yeah, yeah. Moving in silence, the way I've been grinding, been keeping it low key. Devils inside me, they get me excited, for real, you don't know me.
Regular, 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 regular.
For real, you don't know me.
Tweaking, white pills for a black heart like it's yin and yang. Beside numb the pain, yeah. Tweaking, white pills for a black heart like it's yin and yang. Beside numb the pain, yeah.
I am not regular, moving in silence, the way I've been grinding, been keeping it low key. Devils inside me, they get me excited, for real, you don't know me.
Regular, 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 regular.
For real, you don't know me.
You can certainly destroy enough of humanity so that only the greatest act of faith can persuade you that what's left will be human.
You know, in the spirit of Halloween, ¡que horror! Actually, this fan is pretty dang useful. That was Menon, everybody. Now, you know, when I first heard about Menon, I could not believe myself. I looked at this guy, you know, and I said something that's actually quite hypocritical for me to say. I said, this guy's a Filipino? He doesn't look like a Filipino. Well, said by yours truly, who doesn't really look Filipino as well, you know. I came to a realization, you know, a revelation appeared before me that, you know, to be Filipino is not to have a certain, you know, set of features, looks, skin colors, accents, and mannerisms. You know, to be Filipino is just to appreciate the Filipino culture from deep within the soul. You know, the face of the Filipino talaga is ever-changing. We were colonized by the Spaniards. At some point, we belonged to the Majapahit, you know. We used to be part of the Sultanate of Brunei, you know. From north to south, you find so many different religions, from Christianity to Islam. So, what begs the question? What is a Filipino? Well, everybody, I think a Filipino should be interpreted in the loosest but most open-minded way possible. Because talaga, taas no a Filipino. The Filipino is on top of everything. Everywhere you go, there is a Filipino or someone with Filipino blood, you know. Talaga, proud to be Pinoy. Proud Pinoy talaga, you know. Really, you come from a country with, oh, hey, doggy. You know, you come from a country with so much diversity, so much spirit, so much culture and soul, you know, that we just cannot be confined to one box, one border. We can't put our eggs all into one basket. Kasi naman, you know, we also have things like balut and salted egg, which should not be kept in baskets, but other things. Anyway, you know, so great to see that so many local artists here have come to take up the spotlight and represent hip-hop in the Middle East as well. Hip-hop is alive and well. And just because you think of the Middle East and probably think of deserts and camels to come to mind, no, I'm telling you, we have all the 4 pillars here. We have b-boying, MCing, graffiti artists, and DJing, and the list goes on. You know, all of us get together. We throw our cultural bonds aside. We get together, you know. Whether you're black, white, yellow, red, or so many other colors, you know, the list goes on. We all get together for that one cipher, and we just rejoice in the principles of peace, love, unity, and having fun. You know, I like to think that to be a Filipino is like to be a part of the hip-hop culture. You know, we're all united. Lahat talaga. You know, ibang klase namin. I think, is that how you say it, right? Yeah, ibang klase namin talaga, you know. And, you know, thank you, Menon, for sending us over your material. That was really awesome. You know, hope to see you at Seoul DXB coming up at the end of the year as well, too. And, you know, our next monster on our bestiary is the, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Mangkukulam. Ano raw? Mangkukulam. Huh? Mangkukulam. Barang mangkukulam. Munyan. You know, just kidding, everybody. A more common term for the mangkukulam, I think, mangkukulam. Anyway, a more common, you know, translation of that would be to be bruja. Bruja is the Spanish word for witch, right? Now, it is said within the provinces of the Philippines or even the cities, many carry out their foul deeds of sorcery and evil. You know, you'll find them dressed in black, wearing eyeliner and eyeshadow. Or maybe you're just at fashion forward or D3 because many of the people wear black and they love their eyeliner and eyeshadow there. Anyway, back to the point, witches are common in the urban legends of the Philippines and they may be closer to you than you think. You know, while the modern interpretations of witches are shown to make love potions, curse their victims, you know, and practice necromancy. That could indeed be true in the Philippines, you know. There are these witches out there that like to use these little insects, you know, these diabolical little insects to go into you and possess your soul. You know, that is why I am afraid of insects, actually. You know, the nearest bruja next to you might as well be your tita. Your tita that's one tired of you being pasaway, so she's gonna put a spell on you to, you know, she's gonna put a spell on you so that she can go and say, Hoy! Tumahimik ka! You know, and whatever. Things like that. But be very, very careful of the people that practice kulam, magic, and witchcraft, as either bribing, forcing, or doing rituals on them might not even work. So you never know how powerful a curse can be. You know, you never know how powerful the sumpa can be. You never really know where the nearest witch is to you. So stay on your guard, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say hello also to Aggie Marilyn all the way from fabulous Sadiyat Island, Abu Dhabi. Oh, and I also want to say hello to a very special person. Hilde Kapanag. Hope I said that right. Yeah, Hilde Kapanag was actually one of our women of substance back then. And to those of you who are new to Illustrado, we used to have an awards called the Women of Substance where we honored and truly celebrated the efforts of the Filipina, because we all know that in the Philippines, the most powerful figure talaga is the Filipina woman, the mother, the bringer of life, the symbol of fertility, and all this other motherly instinct that has helped our nation thrive and prosper. In the earliest days of the Philippines, our tribes, be it primitive in the eyes of colonizers, have been some of the most culturally diverse and, forward-thinking people around, where men and women ruled equally. And women were given a place of high importance, from spiritual healers, medicine makers, and even chiefs of the tribe too, And I just like to take all of that power, all of that honor and glory, and place it into the woman that we know as Hildegard Kapanang. Kasi she used to be, when you think of a Filipina OFW, one of the most negative stereotypes that comes to mind is really a nanny, a janitor, someone who works at a McDonald's or whatever. But, they are so much more than that. Because behind those smiling faces that you see every day, be it at the mall, at the street, in the metro, you see a hard-working woman. You see a symbol of power. And you see something that, something that God cannot take away from this planet, because we treasure them so much. That is no Filipino talaga, She used to work as a nanny in Saudi Arabia. And, a very common OFW story with nannies is that they end up being the mothers when the mothers are not there. Sometimes being more of a mother than your mother could ever be to you, And I really respect that, It was, I never cried so hard in my life when my tita said that she had enough and she was gonna leave. Because to me, I was quite a spoiled brat back then. I'm not gonna admit, I grew up sheltered, from a well-off family. And it's the things like this, that really, strike deep into your soul, because they take care of you, They take care of you. They're like your mothers. And now, I will be moving on to our next entry in the series. I actually have a few shoutouts from some friends. I have shoutouts from 3 special people, cathedrals who we had on our last episode. I have 1990X, who will be featured later. And we also have Menon. Check these out.
Hi, this is 1990X, and right now I'm currently here in our building. I just want to make a quick shout out to Illustrado's monthly podcast named Listed, hosted by the one and only Paolo Benitez. So this show features music from Filipino artists, not just here in GCC but also across the world. So make sure to support them, and for the guys from Illustrado, keep it up, and you guys are doing a very, very good job in promoting the Filipino talent. So that's it. Thank you.
What's good, Illustrado? My name is Kat, aka Cathedrals, and you're watching Listed episode 5. I'm a musician / music producer based in Dubai. I grew up listening to a lot of genres. I would listen to grunge, shoegaze, heavy rock, hip-hop, and 90s R&B, 90s pop. I remember my mother would play Barry Manilow and Carpenters on her stereo during Sundays, whilst my older brother was in a band and they're playing Nirvana, so basically he's my first influence in music. I don't discriminate in music. My ears are really flexible and open as long as I get to vibe with the song or with the track, so I'm really okay with it. Music is more than just a passion or emotional outlet for me. Sometimes it's my way of communicating with the other person, like when I vibe with this person and we share the same taste or musical influences, so I think that's like a good engagement. Now, music becomes my language. Currently working on my personal EP. I started working on it since last year, and it is self-produced and composed by yours truly. Inshallah, it's coming out on December or just before next year. Sorry. Shout out to Illustrado team, to Pao, and everyone behind Listed. It really feels amazing to have a platform that recognizes non-mainstream aesthetics and underground producers like us. To me, it's really significant to know the musicians and the people that you're growing the music culture with. So guys, congrats for the new segments. Shout out to my friends and the people who sent me good vibes from the last episode, and also shout out to the person who is filming me now. Shout out Har and my family in Abu Dhabi. Ati Mai, Jibs, Don, and the girls.
What's good, my people? I go by the name of Menon. You know, I'm just another rapper out here in Dubai. You know how I do. Shout out my people, man. Mabuhay all day, every day. Kalahati, but I represent 100%. Shout out Illustrado magazine. Shout out Listed. Shout out my G Paolo. Let's get it.
I cast a spell on you. Don't you love the cheap little things that you can find at Dizon? You know, it's like a wonderland for so many of us out there, right? I want to say hello to everybody in the audience. Thank you all to those who have joined episode 5. You know, we have Richard Noveno and Polly Elizan. You know, we have people from school, we have friends from all across the world, from Japan to Saudi Arabia to the Philippines and the UAE as well. You know, don't forget about our Brusco competition too. By the way, we are giving away AED 250 worth of vouchers and grooming, very high quality grooming, you know. So whether you want to get your beard done, whether you want to get your hair done, whether you want hot oil treatment, you want to get your hair dyed, you want to get a nice quality shave that's going to last for days, Brusco Barbers is the place to be. As soon as you'll be sitting in that chair and get groomed by one of their master barbers, you'll feel yourself stroking your imaginary beard. Except I don't have one. Anyway, that's why I said imaginary. Ha! I'm keeping it safe, ha? You know. So, thank you all for those who have joined. You know, don't forget as well to check out Kebab Bistro, everybody. Now, moving on with our show, I want to say hello to a very special friend of mine, actually. Have any of you heard about the Slam Fam Warehouse Jam in the Middle East? No? Well, the Slam Fam Warehouse Jam in the Middle East is an underground jam where we have hip-hop battles, you know, live DJs performing. We have like the spirit of hip-hop all in one place with the 4 elements there. Hosted by none other than B-Boy Spiky Flav, one of the OG B-Boys in the Middle East, who has mentored and uplifted so many dancers, including so many Filipinos. Check out this super cool video made by the one and only DRG Bone at Bone Productions. Shout out to Chef Andrew Paderes, the rising star of Dubai's culinary scene. Check out his blog for some food talk and some dope recipes, everybody. So if you were just tuning in and you just saw the video, that was the Slam Fam Warehouse Jam. You know, credits to DRG Bone at Bone Productions for the nice video. And, you know, I just want to say super thank you. You know, shukran to Spiky Flav for bringing all of the Middle East together. You know, what might look like an underground event at the Fridge at Al Circle is really something more. Because more than just, you know, hip-hop and its four pillars united, we have people from all across the Middle East coming over. You know, like Legend Crew from Oman. And then we have a lot of people like the Red Ants Army. You know, we have people who even came all the way from Pakistan, people that came all the way from Egypt, people that came all the way from Kuwait, and so many other countries just to get together here and, you know, rejoice. And, you know, fun fact, from the Filipino side, many of us Pinoy underground dancers have actually went to battle there, you know. And I battled there last year too. And, you know, what amazed me was that ibang klase yung Pinoy talaga. You know, all of us made it to the quarterfinals just like bam, you know. And then we crashed our way to the semifinals and then to the finals as well, you know, where we had some of the dopest poppers from Dubai, Kim Dizon and Neil Samarista taking the prize, you know, taking the win. I want to say hi to Milet Swan over there in the audience. Kumusta na? Hi. You know, and thank you all for tuning in to Listed, everybody. You know, thank you so much to the Slam Fam team for, you know, bringing us together. Check out their next event at the end of November, you know, November 30th at the Fridge at Al Circle. More details to be posted later and blah, blah, blah. You know, I want to move on to our next song now. Now, this is quite interesting, actually. Have any of you ever danced tinikling before? The tinikling is actually a traditional Filipino dance that is done in so many ways and variations across the country. You know, and we have a very special artist here, Bass Relief. And what Bass Relief does is he takes the folk music, he takes the traditional music of the Philippines and puts his classic spin on it. From his new album, Folk You, this is Tinikling by Bass Relief.
The tinikling dance is one of the most dramatic dances in the Philippines. It is named after the long-legged tickling bird. Now we will clap to the rhythm in this manner. Listen carefully to a 3-4 rhythm.
To a 3-4 rhythm.
step is the basic step throughout the dance. Once you have mastered this step, the other fancy steps will come easy.
Wanna give a big shout out to Lockdown Records Philippines for hosting a lot of amazing artists, bass relief included, and bringing out so much of that Filipino talent. Oh, hey, I want to say hello to Valerie Pua all the way from Winnipeg, Canada. Glad to have you on the show with Mama Nor as well. Canada represent, whoop whoop. And yeah, that was bass relief, everybody. If you want to blend cultural Filipino music with a hip-hop/EDM backdrop, this is your guy. This is your guy talaga. And our last monster on the list, just when you thought you were gonna sleep tonight, no, we have the Batibat. Now, what's the Batibat exactly? The Batibat is more along the lines of, it's more synonymous with bangungot, sleep paralysis. In the ungodly hours of the night, during the devil's hour. The devil's hour is, what time is it again? What time is the devil's hour? Where's my... there's my watch. Hold on. The devil's hour is at 3 a.m. Filipino time, global time, you name it, 3 a.m. And the devil's hour brings out so much of these ungodly creatures. And the batibat is one of them. Now, how do you come across a batibat? How do you encounter or even attract one? Well, for many of us in the province who still live with wooden houses, because that's quite, wooden houses are quite practical, they're cheap, and blah, blah, blah. Now, have you ever woke up unable to breathe? The batibat is a vengeful demon that is synonymous with the sleep paralysis phenomenon, bangungot. In common English, they are also known as succubi, though this iteration varies across different countries. They reside within big, old, borderline dead trees. And when you cut those trees down, and by chance, regrettably, use that wood to support your household, the batibat will leave her former home and invade yours. And many depict the batibat as a giant, overweight, ugly, gross demon that's gonna sit on your chest and you're gonna die because you can't breathe. Many people might not be able to see it, but this is actually a common story in the province. My lolo had an encounter with one. My tita and my tito also came across one, There is one cure to getting rid of the bangun's curse, however. You have to wiggle your toes and your fingers, as it is said to break the curse. For more extreme cases, however, recite prayers, as they are the most powerful countermeasure. Want to say hello to everybody who has just tuned in. We have Ron Pagtahan and we also have Don Almara. Hi, kamusta na? We are nearing the end of our show actually. But do not despair, because as soon as the live show is over, just give it a few minutes to process and you can watch from any point all the way from beginning to end later on. Of course, we've come to the end of our monster list. For now, however, these are just a few of the endless amounts of unearthly creatures that, like us, have made the Philippines their home. Halloween is right across the corner. Matter of fact, it's tonight actually. And All Souls Day follows after too. This is the time where so many spirits go around. So you might just see one of them, Hey, shout out to my man Rached. You're late. I'm just kidding. You can never be too late for an episode of Listed because you can always play back later, everybody. And now I will be moving on to our last artist of the night. Also a locally based artist, Jordan Cortez, also known as 1990X. Now, 1990X is a rather special person in the bunch, He represents the Pixel Collective from the Philippines, who we have seen other artists like Young Sleepy Boy, Colt and Allison Shore and so many that we have had on our previous episodes. They've come here. They represent, Pixel Collective is one of the biggest, umbrella names for just so many of those talented underground artists in the Philippines. His style can be described as audio art. He mixes elements of hip-hop and takes inspiration from the streets of the UAE and the Middle East on his travels. And he merges it seamlessly into this one boom bap style, And as a matter of fact, he's a friend of our other artist, Cathedrals, as well. He and she work together to make bed space sessions, and they aim to uplift many of the independent artists that we see here, primarily in Sharjah as well. The influence of Nujabes is strong in this one. Check them out. This is The Mass Cursing. I love this little piano thing from Daiso. We have officially reached the end of our not so special Halloween special for Listed. Big shout out and kudos to everybody who has tuned in for the show. Thank you all for watching. And as I sign off, I just want to say, Taas no Filipino, the Filipino representing, Like many of the Filipino artists out there, we here are thriving. We are united and we are going to elevate the Filipino image further and further and further, And it's with all this artistry that we just begin to appreciate ourselves, Nothing is more satisfying than a perfectly mastered beat that's on loop. It just never ends, Thank you all for watching once again. I want to give a thank you to our sponsors, Giver, Brusco Barbers, and Kebab Bistro. Taas noo Filipino. Saludo ako sa inyong lahat. Ako si Paolo. Tune in next month for another episode of Listed. Bye-bye!